Hi, and welcome to the very first episode of Couture Chronicles. My name is Daisy, and if you can't tell from my outfit, I am a certified magpie for anything sparkly. I've started this channel because I have a problem, and maybe it might be a problem that you have too. The problem is that I can't get this, and this, and this, and all of these out of my head. And it just feels like the only time I might be able to justify having an extravagant dress like this is if I was to get married, but I'm not going to get married anytime soon, if ever. And why should I wait for one day in my life to be really magical? I just want all of my life to be as magical as possible. So, I have decided that I'm going to start searching out and going to some events and putting myself in situations where I could wear stunning works of art like these. However, the second side to this problem is the cost. There is no way in hell I could afford to pay for the level of dress that I desperately want. So, solution. I can sew. Not amazingly, I've never studied it. My mum and my nana taught me things growing up, and I'm pretty good at making clothes from a pattern or even adapting patterns to make something new. So I am going to attempt to make from scratch a fantasy couture dress. Then I can waft around like a dream in it. Oh, this is so out of my ability, but I really want these, so I'm just going to have to learn and make it work. My partner Alex is on board with the project, and he's even found the first event for us to go to, though I don't think he quite realises yet how much fabric and sequins and trim are going to take over the house. Okay, so this is the greatest night of the jazz age. This is the event that Alex is going to take me to at the end of July, and it's set in the summer of 1931 when Belle Livingston opens up a jazz club in New York, and apparently the night is so crazy it creates a traffic jam in New York. I didn't think that was anything out of the ordinary, but must have been a crazy big traffic jam for us to still know about it. Anyway, the night was attended by gangsters and the Prince of Wales and all sorts of people, and it's in the Prohibition age, so it is an immersive show, so they encourage all of the audience to dress up, which is why I need a dress. So let's hop onto Pinterest and find some inspiration for 1931 evening wear. Okay, so here is my Pinterest board for the project. All the dresses on here are around 1931, so they might not be 1931 exactly. There's a couple that trickle back into the 1920s. There's some that are later 1930s. The latest one that I actually have on here is 1960s. Don't panic, I'm not about to confuse 1930s and 1960s. It's just because there's a really lovely bow detail on that dress that I thought could be translated into an earlier style. Anyway, let's take a look. So scrolling down. Okay, so this one I popped on here not because I love the dress, but because she's got that fan. I don't know, just it's big and crazy and I love it. But I didn't think the dress was all that to write home about. So it seems to be pretty common style for these really long slinky dresses, and what I really like with some of them is they got these sort of thin but long capes. They look very elegant, and you can see at the bottom of this one here it sort of has a secondary cape that loops back up and starts at the top there. I think that's really cool. A lot of geometric lines, shapes coming in here. I think this dress is actually part of the Met's collection, and again, more geometric shapes, likely because Art Deco was still in fashion, I should imagine. Again, this one's got a nice halter neck. I do like a good halter neck, and one of those big long trains again. Oh yeah, here's the 1960s one. You can tell because it's quite short, but do you see what I mean by this little bow detail? I really love that it's sort of pulling from the one side and creating a little one-sided bow and then draping down again. I don't know if I'll use it, but I liked it. So, and some bias cut dresses, which is sort of very common in that time period, I believe. However, I don't think I am going to cut it on the bias, because the bias kind of pulls and molds it into you, which is great, but I'm not sure I really want that around my tummy. I think I want a bit more detail, a bit more fluff, so I feel comfortable. Basically just to hide my muffin top, basically. Yeah, I got this lovely cowl feature, which as I've got older I started to appreciate more. When I was younger I thought that cows were horrible, but I'm really starting to like them now. Lots of like pleats and gathers and stuff, I really like that, and I think I'll probably add some of that in along sort of the waist area. This one's very Grecian, column-esque. I just added it in for some inspiration. However, the top is quite boxy, which looks great on some people, but I have really broad shoulders, and so I feel like anything that's sort of quite squared off and loose makes me look very, very boxy. So I don't think I'll be going there, to be honest with you. Again, really lovely draping little cape thing and a bit of a asymmetric halter situation going on there. I love this one. I really love this one. Again, I think it's because the cape comes back in and it looks like the cape is part of the front panel as well. So like all of it just all connects together in like a never ending loop of dress. I don't know, I think it's mesmerizing. And here's some earlier stuff. This is like late 1920s. I don't know, this little mini ruffle bustle just, I don't know, tickled me. I thought it looks really fun, and you know, we want to have fun at the event, and maybe having a cheeky little ruffle bustle might be the way. Anyway, so that's the inspiration I've got. I think looking at it, I definitely need to get cape in there. I've pinned a lot of capes, so clearly need a cape. I'll add some geometric pattern to it somewhere, and then yeah, probably add in some gathers, some pleats along the waist. I know it's not technically sort of 1930s, it's probably going more into sort of Marilyn Monroe 1950s-esque there, but that's what I want. So let's get the sketchbook out and come up with something beautiful. Cool. So the designs are designed. I have an idea in my head which ones I'm going to go for, but I'm not going to tell you. So have a guess in the comments if you think you know, or just let me know which ones your favourites are. And I will catch you next time, where I'll try and turn my drawings into something that I might actually be able to wear. See you then. Let's try that again. Okay, so thank you, phone, for deciding we're just gonna start shooting again. I can. However, the second side to this problem. No, second side. Yeah, I was right.